A very good morning to all of you. Welcome to A&B Exam Forum. In today's session, we are going to see SSC CGL 2024 Tier 2 and we are going to see computer knowledge and proficiency test, and this exam was held on 18th January 2025. This video will be beneficial for all the candidates who are going to appear for the upcoming exam, and even those who are preparing for any exam which contains computer awareness as a section. This video will be beneficial for them also. Okay, so before proceeding, we have made theory classes for computer awareness as well as practice classes, and even for RRB technician signal 1 grade we have free classes on the basic of computers application. Okay, it is in our playlist. You can watch it and get benefited from them. Coming to SSC CGL topic wise distribution, so this is a table that we have made for year 2024. If you see, there are basically 4 important topics that are going to come in your exam. From computer basic, for this particular paper that was held on 18 Jan, we have seen 9 questions. Okay, and each subtopic you can see from which topic more questions has come, and if you see 3 questions were asked from computer memory and memory organization. So this is a very important topic in tier 2. Okay, coming to the software part, there are 4 questions that were asked. You can see MS Word, Excel, PowerPoint. So from these you will find 1 or 2 questions from these topics. Coming to the next topic, that is working with internet and emails, we have seen only 2 questions, and more specifically to managing email and account. Okay, so all these topic, first you should cover the theory portion. After that you can see this video whether you are able to give the answer or not. Okay, and the last one is basic of networking and cyber security. From this we have 5 questions. Okay, so we have seen 5 questions starting from the networking device to preventive measures to cookies and networking security threats. Okay, so overall 20 questions were there that we are going to see today in session. Okay, so the first question is on the screen and your time starts now. The question says, which keyboard shortcut is used for adding bullets in MS Word 2010? So from MS Word application, MS Excel, MS PowerPoint, these are the 3 important topics where more specifically you will get 1 question from the keyboard shortcut. Okay, so for this particular question, let's see one by one. Control plus Alt plus L. So you should know this shortcut key is used for numbering, not for bullet. Okay, this is used for numbering. Okay, so in the theory portion we have seen all such kind of shortcuts. You can watch it. Okay, coming to Control L, this is for what? This is for justification. Which type of justification? Left justification. Okay, coming to Shift L, as you know, Shift is generally pressed to make a toggle case, like if letter is in small letter, if press Shift plus L, either smaller or capital L will be printed. Okay, so this is a toggle case. Coming to the last, Control Shift plus L, that is for bullet. Okay, bullet. So don't confuse with Control plus Alt plus L, it is for numbering. Control plus Shift plus L is for bullet in MS Word. So option 4, those who have given, they are right. Okay, coming to the next question, it is from the memory. It is from the memory organization, And the question says which of the following is the type of ROM that can be electronically erased and reprogrammed multiple times. It is very simple one. It is basically the full form. If you know, you can easily answer this question. And the answer is very simple one. It is electrically erase PROM, that is programmable ROM, read-only memory. Okay, so option 1, those who have given, they are right. This is very simple one. The question itself says electronically erase and reprogram multiple times. So if you know the full form, you can correlate your answer with this question. Since it is very important, we have made a chapter on the theory portion where we have discussed everything from primary memory to secondary memory to some other memories. And we have seen the various previous year pointer on types of ROM like PROM, EPROM and EEPROM, and what exactly is the difference. This is in our theory playlist. If you have time, you can watch it and just brush up your knowledge. Okay. Coming to the next question, which action should be taken in Microsoft Outlook to send received email to another person while keeping the original message of your record? Okay, this is from email topic. Okay, email is again one topic where you will find 1 or 2 questions. Okay, so basically if you are doing such kind of activity where you are just making the message to some other person by keeping it original, it means you are forwarding the message. Okay, so if you see option 2, if you enter forward with the recipient email address, the message whatever you got, you will going to forward to the another person without changing the original content. Okay, so option 2 is the right answer. And again we have made a separate chapter for the email, and where we have discussed what are the component of emails like header section, body section and signature section. And there are some other actions like forward, in which original received message is sent to the other recipient. And sometimes we have seen question on reply and reply all. What is the difference between these two? The difference is very smaller one. Like if you are going to send a reply, it will be sent to the original sender. Okay, from the mail you got. Okay, it will be sent to the response to the original sender, not to others. But if you have reply all, it will be sent to all the recipient of the original message, only to CC, not BCC. This is very important, and this pointer was asked in year 2023 in Delhi Police. Okay, so all such type of pointers we have covered in our theory portion. Again, if you have time, you can just watch it and get benefit. Coming to the next is again from the software part, that is MS PowerPoint. Okay, so what question says, what is the primary advantage of being able to insert and delete slides? So I am also using PowerPoint. So the basic advantage of insertion and deletion of slide means you can adjust your content, like which slide you want to put first, which slide you want to put next. Okay, so at what location, what presentation you are going to give, it is basically your dynamic content adjustment. Okay, you can organize the slide by inserting and deleting. Okay, so those who have given option 2, they are right. Coming to the next question, it is from networking. Okay, which method is used to protect sensitive information during the data transmission? Okay, so suppose you are transferring some sensitive information over an unsecure network. There are certain techniques. Okay, so let me tell you. So if you want to suppose send some text over some network, so generally one methodology is encryption, where you encrypt your text. Okay, encrypt means you are just jumbling this text and send over the network, and at the receiver end you are going to decrypt it, and you will get your original text message. Okay, so this encryption and decryption is a popular topic in the cryptography. So to protect sensitive information during data encryption, we are generally using encryption, not decryption. Decryption is to decrypt the text which we have got from the encrypted ciphertext. Okay, so this option is wrong. Coming to SSL, that is secure socket layer. Yes, this is the way through which sensitive information can be protected. This is basically an encryption technology. Okay, SSL layers are basically using encryption inside that, so it protects the information whatever the payload it is carrying. Okay, compression, as you know, it is used to reduce the size of the file using some compressing tool, whereas hashing is again another cryptographic technique where you are basically measuring the integrity of the data, whether data is changed or whether data is tampered by somebody else. Okay, so the answer for this question is option 2, SSL. Okay, so those who have given SSL, they are right. Coming to the next question, it is very difficult one, but if you eliminate some option you will easily get. Okay, first we know that whenever shift is pressed with any letter, so nothing will take, either small h or capital H will happen, so this is not going to be your answer. Okay, for adjusting column width, generally combination starts with control, not with the shift normally. Okay, in more specifically to MS Excel and Word. Okay, coming to this, the answer is obviously Alt. We are alternating some key. H is height. Okay, where you are going to adjust the width. Okay, so Alt plus H plus O. If you have Excel, you just go through that. Okay, if you are going to press Alt, it will go into menu bar where height and width is mentioned. It will open some pop-up menu where you can adjust the column width. Okay, coming to the control control O, if you press, it will directly going to open the open window. Okay, so this will not be your answer. And you know, control plus H is used to have a replace, find and replace is there, na? So control plus H is used for replace, control plus O is used for opening, shift plus H is used for small and capital H. So you are left with option 2. In that way you can also answer. Okay, it looks very difficult, but if you try to see and eliminate one by one, you can easily answer this question. Okay, so option 2 is the right answer. Coming to the next question, it is again from the security. What security mechanism ensure the system updates are installed without user intervention? Okay, you know that if software is delivered to the customer, sometime we generally update our software. Okay, instead of giving the whole software again, what we give a patch. Okay, so basically the patch management software is going to be installed without user intervention. Okay, so system updates are generally done with the patch management software, where you need not to change everything. Okay, just the required portion will be changed by this patch management software. Okay, so option 1 is the right answer. Let's see the next question. Again, this networking device is very important topic in computer awareness, and the question says, which device is commonly used to connect computers within LAN? Okay, so LAN is there, so how to connect within the LAN? The question says within the LAN. Okay, so you can eliminate one by one. So modem, as you know, the full form is modulator and demodulator. Okay, next is a router. You know that router works on the network layer. Okay, and it uses the network which uses the same protocol. Okay, network which uses the same protocol. Okay, and it just forward the packet to the next layer. Coming to switch, yes, switch is used to connect the LAN, and it works at data link layer. Okay, so the answer for this question is switch. Whereas if you see the repeater work at the physical layer, and all these things we are going to see in the theory portion. We are going to upload video on the theory of internetworking devices, where we are going to discuss each and every network device which are commonly asked in the exam. Okay, so repeater, just remember it works on the physical layer, and it just repeat the signals. It is just kind of amplifier. Okay, it just amplify the weak signal and pass to the next layer. Okay, so the option 3, switch, is used to connect the computers within LAN. Okay, so the LAN is there, so switches are used in the LAN. Coming to the next question, what is the primary reason DRAM need refresh periodically? Okay, again a second question from the memory, and there are two kind of memory, SRAM and DRAM, that is dynamic RAM. RAM is random access memory, and you should know the basic difference between DRAM and SRAM is that DRAM required refreshing periodically. Why this required refreshing periodically? Because it has capacitor in it, and these capacitor need to be charged and discharged, because this charging and discharging will decide the storing of the data bit. Okay, so this is electronic device. Okay, and capacitor, as you know, it can store the charge. Okay, so based on charge, whether it is charge or discharge, it is going to discharge after some time, so they need to be refreshed periodically to get the stored bit. Okay, so the answer for this question is option 2, and all these things we have covered in our memory theory chapter. You can see where we have discussed what is the difference between SRAM and DRAM, and where we discuss that DRAM, dynamic RAM, basically need periodic refreshing because of the capacitor. Okay, whereas in static RAM there is no refresh needed, since they are going to be faster, but they are very costly and used in the cache memory. Okay, coming to the next question, it is from the virus, and virus is a very important topic, and you will get one questions from virus also. And the question says, which type of virus infect the boot sector of the floppy disk or master boot record of the hard disk? Okay, so the answer is in the option also. So boot, if you see boot is there, yes, boot is there. So boot sector virus, which is going to affect the master boot record of the hard disk. So boot sector of virus is the right answer. Okay, so we have seen in the theory portion that there are different type of malware. Okay, and one of the important feature of virus is that it needs host for running, and once host is executed, it attach and it get infected in the PC. Okay, so we have seen boot sector virus is basically infects the boot sector. Boot sector is the area in the storage device. It can be floppy disk or the hard disk, and after infecting this is going to give you a lot of trouble. You are not able to execute anything. Okay, it can run your space also. So all those characteristics we have discussed in this particular theory classes. And if you see, a very popular virus name is the brain virus, that is in 1986. That was considered as the first PC virus. Basically it infected the floppy disk, is a boot sector virus. Okay, so boot sector virus we have seen in this class. Again, if you have time, you can watch this and get benefited. Coming to the next question, which feature in MS Word allows the user to apply a consistent look across the text elements such as heading, title, subtitle? So MS Word is again the second question we are looking into this particular paper, and If you want to have consistent look for text, heading and title subtitle, we are going to use styles. Okay, I think it is there. I will see. Yeah, so this is the image snapshot. So all these are styles. Okay, suppose like there is one report you are making, so generally we make it as a heading 1. So if there is subtopic in this particular heading, you make it heading 2, so the consistency of the style is maintained in the heading section. So option 2 is the right answer for that question. Whereas template is generally a framework which is used to make a commonality among the different documents. Okay, table is nowhere related to this consistent look, and macros are generally a small program which does a repetitive work, which is generally written in some VB language. Okay, so option 2 is the right answer. Coming to the next, what is the main purpose of using template when creating presentation? Just now I already told you that template is basically a framework for the consistency, and for PowerPoint, basically if you are using template, for example, if I take my case, I also made a template. So the template will ensure the consistency and professionalism. Okay, so if you see, I have made a template where I have made this thing, this logo and all such beautification. I have made a template. So across the slides, this is consistent and you feel some professionalism in this particular slide. Okay, so option 1 is the right answer. Let's see the next question. Which of the following best describe electronic mail? A second question from the email. Okay, and as you know, electronic mail, so mail means generally we are going to send some message to some other person through the electronic media. Okay, and basically the definition itself says it is a method of sending message electronically over the computer network. Okay, so email is this one. Mail means you are sending the message, but if you see other option, there is no way of sending the messages. Okay, this making a phone call over the internet, it is not an electronic mail, it is voice over the telephone or voice over the internet protocol. Okay, and secure online transaction system, it is basic e-commerce you can say, and storing digital files on the cloud, it is just a cloud space storage system. Okay, so option 1 is the right answer. Again, a very good chapter we have made on the email, where we tell everything about email. The important exam previous year pointer we have put in this particular chapter. Coming to the next question is, which of the following statement about computer memory is or are incorrect? RAM is volatile memory, meaning it loses data when power is off. ROM is used to store essential instruction for the computer to boot. So if you see, both the statement are right. So option 3 is the right answer. So option 3, those who have given, they are right. It is very simple one. And as I told you earlier also, this chapter we have considered all the memory, what is the difference, what are the common previous year pointers that are asked in exam, we have put in this particular chapter. Coming to the next question, what is the maximum length of characters that can be accommodated in column in MS Excel 2003? Okay, this question may vary with the latest version of MS Excel. Just have a look. I also don't remember right now, but for this particular version, people are saying it is 255, and I haven't tried in the Excel, but the limitation is 255 character, and the answer key also says it is 255. But for the latest version, we are planning to make one chapter on MS Excel also, where we are going to see all the size related questions in that particular chapter. Okay, Coming to the next one, these are theoretical one, but if you just make a little intelligence, you are going to solve this very easily. So processes, performance, startup, and app history. Okay, so where to start? Okay, so if you see performance, you can say basically you are monitoring everything from CPU, memory, disk, storage, network. So out of this option A, it is matching. Okay, performance means you are going to see how my memory, CPU, and network usage is performing during the execution. So it is related to option A. So if you see 2 with A, yes, so option 4 is the right answer. Let's see the other thing also. App history, as you know, it gives the resource usage for the Windows Store app. Okay, startup will definitely be related to startup. So if you go with the option like 3 to C, startup, which are generally started during the startup of the PC. So again, you can go with this also. So you are going to come with option 4 also. Okay, so option 4 is the right answer. Coming to the next question, which operation can be performed by File Explorer in the window? A very simple one, and we know that whether it is any files are in their File Explorer, you can move it, copy it, and delete the files. So option 3 is the right answer. File Explorer means you are going to explore every option in the file you have. You are going to manage the files in the File Explorer part. Okay, so option 3 is the right answer. Coming to the next question, select which of the statement is true or false for the central processing unit. CPU clock speed controlled and timing of execution speed. Yes, it controls. CPU cache memory provide high speed access to frequently used instruction. Again, these both are true, so option 1 is the right answer. So CPU cache memory basically provide high speed access, whereas CPU clock speed control the timing and execution. This is a very common one. Okay, let's see the 19th question, and again a very difficult one, but you can eliminate one by one. It is match the following. Okay, so search bar, with the search bar you are going to find the files in the File Explorer. Okay, so basically you are searching the file. Searching means you are locating the files. So 2 with the D, if any option has 2 with the D, so option A has 2 with the D. So you have your answer. So option, he is saying 2 with the D, 2 with the A, 2 with the A. I think this option is wrong. This is option 1 only. Okay, one is like D. Okay, 1 is D. Sorry. This option is right only. So this option 4, I forgot, is option 1 is D. So 1 is D. So option 4 is the right answer. Okay, so search bar means it is going to locate the file by using typed words. Okay, so with this first one we are able to answer. Okay, this is right only. Okay, coming to next, which of the following technologies allow real-time communication over the network, such as voice, video call, without requiring additional software or hardware beyond the web browser? Okay, so see the beauty, like with the web browser itself you are going to have a real-time communication, even video call, without any additional hardware or software. Okay, like just browser you need. Okay, and the camera in your PC, and there is no need of additional software for that. Only web browser will handle everything. This is possible with the help of WebRTC, that is real-time communication, and WebRTC service is used by the web browser to have such type of communication over the internet, whereas FTP is file transfer protocol, where you are transferring the file from one PC to another over the network. It is voice over the internet protocol. Okay, and email, as you know, it is used to send the message over the internet through text. Okay, So option 3 web RTC is the right answer. So we have some other videos on SSC CGL tier 2 where theory portion as well as the practice questions are there. And thank you, and if you have anything to say you can write in our comment box. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.